Okay, so we're rounding the home stretch here. This is going to be video number 7. It'll be on Reg A's. The next one will be the S1. We maybe do a summary video after that. Unless something else pops up, I can always add to the series on an as-needed basis. But for now, we're going to start off with the Reg A. A Reg A for us, and the only reason I bring this up is for us, it might be something that we would consider depending on S1 turnaround time. So I'm going to get to that in a minute. And in the next video, we're really going to drill down to S1. So what is a Reg A? It's basically a way for a company to raise capital in a very structured environment that is safe for the existing shareholder base. And it's nothing more than an exemption from registration requirements. Now, does that mean it's a free-for-all? Absolutely not. There's a lot of stringent requirements. You don't have to be audited in the traditional sense. You can provide those financial statements. For us, we're going to be audited, so it's completely irrelevant. There are different tiers. Tier 1, you are going to have to register with each state that the offering or that offering circular is going to be circulated, and that's up to 20 million on a raise. Now, this is primarily going to be or typically being done through institutions. There are some exceptions. They're not going to apply to us because we would never go outside of institutional base. It's just not a very effective or efficient way to do that. And with an institutional level, we can put into a contract on a lot of restrictions so that we are protecting the base of our shareholders. So on a tier 2, you can go up to 75 million, but there are a lot more restrictions. Now on a tier 1, you're not producing these ongoing filings. For us, it's beneficial to have ongoing disclosures and filings in accordance with a fully reporting company for many reasons. For me personally, I think it's beneficial to run the company now as it would need to be even after we uplist. You have to get everybody, the whole team has to be in practice, and you need to not look at ways around anything. You know, if you're going to stay on OTC, that might make sense. For us, I want everyone in the habit, especially all the subsidiaries, to push up their quarterly statements so that we can file jointly and we have a full reporting of what's happening in the company so that we can disclose that quarterly to the shareholders. So on a Reg A, tier 1 up to 20 million, you have to file. You don't have the ongoing requirements of filing and disclosures like you would do on a tier 2. On a tier 2, you don't have to register in every state like a tier 1, but you do have the ongoing filing requirements. So there's some nuance there. For us, the tier 2 makes the most sense, not just because of the higher value. Honestly, the value is not going to affect us. Why would we do a Reg A? So a Reg A turnaround time typically, and it's really structured this way, to be 60 days. So for us, if we were to use a Reg A, we would use it as bridge to an S1. Because an S1 is going to take a minimum of around 90 days. They're actually running a little longer right now from what I'm being told. So to get an S1 through, especially when you have multiple subsidiaries, they're going to come back with more comments. I think that's only natural to expect that because they need to make sure they know they have a thorough understanding of what the company does and where they're headed and what they're trying to do. So for us, I think it might make sense, depending on where we land, to do a Reg A. So that's something that's on the table. We haven't decided that we're 100% going to do that. At this point, there's a little more information I need before I really make a final decision on that. But I think it's important that if we do proceed, at least there's a reference here in video format for the shareholders to see. So it's nothing more than a tool for a company to use to raise capital that also protects, especially on an institutional level, because we would place some pretty significant restrictions on any offerings. Okay, so hopefully that makes that a little bit clearer. Now, there's some nuance to all of this. So this explanation, as I've said many times before, this is a very basic, introductory, fundamental explanation. This is basic. It doesn't get any more basic than this. You can get into specifics with accredited investors under tier 2, what those limits are, how you process that. There's a lot of nuance. I don't think that's going to help anyone that's out there. And as far as shareholders, do you really need to know the mechanics of every step of the way of a Reg A? If that's something people really want to learn about, I could put together a more comprehensive video. But for now, we're not even sure we're going to do that. But if we do, at least we have this. Okay. As far as the S1, we are going to take a deeper dive into the next video. And then after that, like I said, maybe a summary video, but now is probably a pretty good time. If you have questions, you think I haven't covered something in the capital markets as it pertains to us. I'm not doing this isn't an educational series that just talks about, the broad scope of capital markets, but pertaining to our company, then please send those in and we'll take a look at it. We can add it into a video. We can add a whole video if it makes sense. So I'm going to cut the video off now to keep it short. I appreciate everybody watching and being patient with us. Any questions, again, and please share the video to other shareholders. It doesn't have to go to everybody, but if you're a shareholder, it should go to them. So I appreciate the support with helping us educate and reaching all the shareholders that otherwise might not understand a lot of this, especially Reg A's and S1s. A lot of people don't have an understanding of, or at least the fundamentals of these particular filings and strategic actions a company or tools that a company can utilize or take. All right. Again, thank you for your support, and I look forward to talking to you next time. Thank you.